Talk about a little bit about why I made the video that I made today. A couple times it's come out in conversations with people when they order or talking about ordering and this and that. Well, why does it cost so much? Why can't it? I mean, why isn't it done? You know, you get people that call within a week. Hey, is my stuff done? No, it's not. You know, it takes time. You know, and I really don't think a lot of people understand what goes into making handmade gear. So today, I made a video that started out with a flat sheet of metal and ended up with 9 pretty nice buckles. Now, preface all this. This is how I do it. It's probably not the right way. It's probably there are probably 10 ways easier. But this is what I figured out how to do. You know, I've had some great people help me. And that's the other reason that I wanted to do this, is I wanted to share a little bit. I wanted to put it out there that it's not dying art by no means. You know, there's plenty of people out there. There's people that I damn sure look up to that are good at this, and I'm sure do it in a way that's dramatically easier than what I did. So anyway, I'm not an expert by no means. I enjoy doing it, and I hope everybody enjoys it. I thought I'd show today kind of a little bit about how I make my buckles. I mean, we all have great ideas and different ways of doing it, but my first deal here is I've got 14 gauge steel, and I've got my buckle blanks or my patterns stuck down, and now it's time to cut them out. Just like Brian says, you need to share, you need to show. So here you go. Okay, here they are. They're all on one big sheet, so I've got to get them to where I can get to them. First couple cuts, I just cut. Get down to where I can handle it. I come in here. There you go. That's how I'll do it. I'll do the rest of them. Now they're all rough cut. Now it's time to put them all into the shape that they're going to end up being. Okay, now this is what it looks like before I make all my cuts all the way around. Just like everybody, I've got to make a ton of relief cuts. Got them all cut out. Now it's time to stamp them and dome them. Alright, I've got them marked and cleaned up, domed, and ready for me to knock out the centers. And on the big ones, I've got to mark the centers and drill them yet. And they're starting to look like buckles. We've got them all notched out, ready to go, put backs on. We're getting ready to head to the acid bath. As you can see, we've got them stamped. They're ready to go. Hell, it's just a big bucket. And like I said, they're ready to go to the acid now, cleaned up. And then we'll put backs on them and tongues in them. I got the buckles in the acid. I'm waiting on them to go ahead and clean up. So now we're on to making keepers. I got 4 buckles that need keepers. This is 14 gauge sheet metal. I had cut into 1-inch strips, and I'm going to go ahead and make these 1/2-inch keepers. Sometimes you use shaped ones, sometimes not, but this time I'm just going to do 1/2-inch keepers. So all I'm going to do is measure out 1/2 inch on my dividers. Obviously as easy as it looks. And basically I'm just going to mark them. And then I'll take it to the bandsaw and I'll strip it. And I have some nice strap metal to make keepers with, and so they get this cut, I'll show you how to make keepers. Now, as you see, I've got 1/2-inch strips, and they're nasty. So I'm gonna have to sand them down and get them clean before we bend them, and then we'll weld them together and get them polished. Okay, I've got these clean or semi-clean. They're not terribly clean. They're only sanded down to about 320. There's still sander marks in it and everything, but we're getting ready to beat on with a hammer. So there's no sense getting it too clean. But I mean, you want to start out fairly clean, so it just saves you a lot of work in the end. Plus, what's on the inside, you kind of want it pretty well clean because you don't have to do the rest of it by hand. So anyway, I'll get my jig set up and I will show you how I bend. This is my jig. It's very crude. I've got slots cut at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1.5 inch. And what I'll end up doing here, where these are 1-inch buckles, I'm going to slide my piece in. I'll bend it over and hammer it square. Alright? Now, Bart, I want you to keep the camera right there. Okay? Can you do that? Alright. Keep it right there. You got it? Alright. Here we go. We're going to make a keeper. And it's by guess and by golly to a little bit, to a certain degree. Okay? Now I've got that. So I'll put it back in. Alright, now I'm going to take it off. I'll square up the end. And I'm not taking it off. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now, when you misjudge a little bit, like I did, just trim a little bit off so it all kind of fits together. Use my 10 snips. My wife is going to snicker over that. Alright, now, as you see, we have a keeper. Congratulations. It's beautiful. Take it. And once more time with the old 10 snips. There we go. It's a keeper. Repeat 4 times. I'll weld it and I'll square it up, but I'll show you the finished product in a minute. Here's keepers. They're sanded back up to 360, and here's your staples. They're going to be the backs of your buckles, and there's the hooks for a different set of buckles, which I'm going to do here in a little bit. And I'm getting ready to get everything out of the acid. So, side note, I know there's going to be badass welders out there. I am not one of those guys. I do as good as I can. I just got a Tigger, but I've been baling wire welding for about 10 years now, and it's not the prettiest in the world. It cleans up all right, but I'm sure there's guys out here that can do better. And my hat's off to them. Fresh out of the acid, they're ready to be buffed up and cleaned up, like this here. This has been buffed to 320, and it's ready for a bag. And then I'll go ahead and give the final polish. If you look, this stuff is porous. I mean, it's begging to be cleaned up. So I'll get them cleaned up, and I'll show you what they look like. All sanded down and pretty, waiting on their backs and their tongues. I sanded them down to 340, I think it is. I have to look. 320, 340, something like that. 3 something. Hey, 320, that's what it is. Anyway, they're as pretty as they're going to be until I get done putting the backs on them, then I'll give them the final polish. There's all the backs and the hooks. They're laid out, they're fluxed. The buckles here, they're all fluxed, ready to go. I'll show you. I'm going to just go ahead and put a little bit on here, go through the whole process. First, I'm going to hold that. See where my finger's at? Keep it right on there. I'm going to do that right there, okay? Hold it for me. Got it? Okay, there. Now that's how it all starts. I'll get them on. I'll get it all put together. Then we'll show you how to put them on the back. Now, I'm sure there's a better way to do this. It's just how I do it. So, okay, thank you. Here it is. They're all ready to go, and I'll show you how to stick one down. All right, buddy. See where that buckle is? Keep it right on it. Go ahead. Keep it right on it. Got it? All right, here we go. Bam. You want to work it on around. Get a good seal all the way around, and that's all there is to it. And boom. That's it. Okay, so there you have it, folks. It's got a back on it. Look at me. Okay, this is what we're gonna make our tongues out of. I'm gonna do the first one and show you guys how we do it. Okay, follow it. Quart down here. We're gonna heat it up. You got it in the deal? There you go.
Making that.
Making a tongue for that buckle. You watching it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm watching it.
All right, move it up here so they can see what I'm doing. Okay. Wrap it around like that. Come back over here. Rock it back. Knock that off. Okay. Now then, that one's a little crooked, so like that. Alright, now we're going to give it a little more heat. Okay, put it back in there. Out like that. Give it a little more heat. Okay.
How you want it?
Put your big deal in there like that. And Shazam. We've got
Shazam!
Yeah, quiet now. We're on video. Okay, now we're like that, right? We're going to stick it in there. Now, we're going to measure it up here. Hey, run the camera. Okay. Measured about like so.
Easy.
Okay, now set that over there. Over there. Now look, we've got it to right there. Not near finished. So what we're going to do is we're going to heat that end up. Okay, over here. We're going to square it up. Grab the buckle.
You got buckle that.
Like that. And break it on over. And that's roughed in. And we'll have to clean it up and everything else, obviously, but there's a start. Hit the red button. Folks, here they are. Now, if you've ever wondered what goes into making a set of buckles, it's been quite a journey today. You know, we have started out with a flat piece of metal, cut them out, put backs on them, marked them, domed them, polished them. They're ready for silver. So if you ever wonder why your buckles and stuff cost so much, this is why. Because each piece is its own deal. It takes time. And as with anything that's handmade, time is everything. Anyway, I hope this helps. I hope you enjoyed it.